Hey everyone, good morning. I'm Sarah with Fisher Price Ranch. First off, please don't forget to subscribe. We are the next morning since Mama had her kids last night. I was out here this morning just checking on everybody, and I noticed Sabrina was being very talkative, and she's due tomorrow, so I went and checked her, and her ligaments are gone, so it looks like she's in early labor. Let's go check her out. Also, Bonnie is starting to act a little off, and hopefully Pinky will go today. It'd be nice to get the last three girls due to go all in one day. And then we don't have anybody for about 2 more weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. And then we have 3 more due, and then we'll be done until spring. So let's go check and see what the girls are doing. Well, apparently it is playtime for all the babies, because I see them going nuts. Let me just close my gate here. I'll do a quick update on all the kids. We have 8 of them now. So here's Mama. We put her in this barn because nobody had claimed it yet, and since she's so territorial with her kids, it was just better for her. A lot less stress on Mom. But there's little Tiger Lily, the color Lily. And here's Oren. Hi, Oren. He's such a beast. But they're doing good. Mama's nursing them well. She's got a good size udder there. Look at that face, though. Isn't that just the cutest? Look at you. Alright. There's little Rue and Aspen. Rue's kicking her heels up. What are you doing, crazy Rue? What are you doing? There's Aspen trying to get some breakfast. Rue, what you doing? They're very lively. Truffles is being an amazing mom. I'm very happy about that. Alright, here's Zara. She's getting real close too. She kind of didn't want much of her breakfast this morning. How you doing, baby? Huh? How you doing? You getting miserable? Oh, poor girl. Are you getting miserable? So we've been watching her for milk. Would you lay down for us? Come on, lay down. Lay down. All the way. I know, it's hard. There we go. As you can see, she's getting real big, but she's starting to get a lot of, she's expanding in her milks. So we've been checking her for just a little bit of milk. Oh, we got a little bit of a droplet there. I don't know how to focus this camera yet still. I'm having trouble with it. But that little white dot, that's some milk. So that's the first time we've gotten any milk off of her. So, what do you think, silly girl? You ready to have all these babies? So she's getting real close. She's due actually tomorrow is her first possible due date. So the fact that she's getting a little bit of milk is a pretty good sign. Poor fat girl. So I've been doing a lot of research. It's been a long time since I've helped whelp puppies, since I was a kid, so at least 20 plus years. And so I don't remember, so I've been having to do some research, find out what's going on, what to watch for. The signs are that they could, not always, go off food. The milk will come in, and then they will start panting and nesting and all that. So now that we have some milk coming in, we're going to start watching for panting and nesting, and then go from there, I guess. In her barn over there, let me just show you. Since there's not a lot of nesting material for her, what I did was I just hung a couple of towels on her box, and I figure when I see she starts pulling those into her box, then I know she's starting to nest. So that's kind of one of my signs, and I have my surveillance camera watching that box, so even in the middle of the night in bed I can check on her. Alright, so here's Bonnie. As you can see, all the other girls are in here doing their thing, and she's here by herself. So that's one of my signs. I do not feel ligaments on her. Her udder does look bigger today. But she's just hanging out by herself. So We're keeping a close eye on her. She is one that gets pretty loud. She'll start being real talkative and digging a lot. So I'm watching for those signs. She doesn't have any of that yet, so she may go later on this day. Snickerdoodle, are you having fun? It's always nice when you get new kids that are playful, because it'll get the older goats back into wanting to play. So we're just going to keep an eye on Bonnie. But here's Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. How you doing, girl? Hi, baby. Well, here's little Alder. Alder and his sister Daphne. Hi, Daph. And then Goldie's kids, Reed and Myrtle. But here's Sabrina. Hi, Daphne. And she is definitely ligament free, and she has a really nice udder coming in. And she's been hanging out right over there by herself, or her daughter will hang out with her, Peppermint. But she's been over there talking to the other babies like they're hers. So I would say she's probably going to be one to go first. But Pinky is hanging out in the barn here. And I haven't had a chance to really watch her to see if she's having any contractions. But she is hanging out by herself. I haven't felt ligaments on her for days, but then suddenly I'll find them. So I don't know. She is 4 days late. And so hopefully today's the day, because I don't work. So it would be nice if the last 3 girls went today. This is Trinidad's daughter from last December. She's a real nice doe. She's out of Charleston Chew, and I think we're going to have Charleston Chew come pay us a visit here in a month or so when we rebreed Tipsy and Marsala. But Snickerdoodle's mom is Trinidad here, and she was due 4 days ago. But by the looks of her, she is not ready. So I'm thinking I missed that she returned to heat, and she's actually not due until the end of the month. So I'm still keeping an eye on her. She still has really hard ligaments, and so I'm pretty sure that is the case. But I still am going to keep an eye on her for the next few days, just to make sure she's not really late or something. But looks like we're going to have to wait a few more weeks to see her kids. Which is okay, because it'll give her more time for her to get the calcium into her body and produce a good udder. Everybody else is looking really good for udders, except for Goldie still has yet to get a big udder. So I'm still having to supplement these two just a little bit, once a day. But as you can see, she still doesn't have a very big udder, so I think it's just going to take some time. But I think what it is the Kikos are a really hardy breed, and they get really fat on just grass alone, whereas the dairy breeds have been bred to have all the grain and extra feed and everything to produce all that milk. And so being on grass alone, her body condition is low, and so it's going to take longer for the calcium to work to make milk. So I think we have to get her body condition up better, and then she'll start producing better milk. So now it's just a waiting game on Pinky, Bonnie, and Sabrina. Alright, you guys, well, I went in, had some quick breakfast, and then came out to check on the girls. And Sabrina looks to be ready. Whoops. Picking up the wind a little bit this morning. Here's Pinky. She's been hanging out in the barn over here, but I haven't seen her be ready just yet. So we're keeping a close eye on her. Kind of want to see how she looks in the rear. I don't see any goo yet. And then, hey Savannah. And then we have Bonnie. And I just checked on her, and she actually has a little bit of goo. So if you guys look, She's got a little bit of goo coming out. So we're going to keep a real close eye on her. But Sabrina came in here, and I guess she's just going to pop them out right here. You alright, baby? I know. So we're going to just hang out right back here and give her a little bit of space and let her do her thing. Good girl. So she just started pushing, so she's not super far along yet. I'm seeing a little bit of a sack, which looks like her water bag. Alright, so her water just broke. So next up will be babies. These will be our last record kids for the year. Zara likes to keep blocking the camera. I see a foot. It's wiggling. So the sack is already popped. So usually you want to see them give birth within about 5 minutes. Because without that sack, they're not getting oxygen. Alright, so the fact that it's been about 5 minutes and she still hasn't progressed. Now if you look closely, the goo, if you can see that, is yellow. And yellow is a sign that there could be stress with the baby. So I'm going to go ahead and just check it out and make sure that nothing's going wrong. I may even help just get it going so she starts pushing more. Because that's a pretty big foot. Okay, I feel the problem. Just inside, only that far, I feel another baby trying to come through. So we're going to go ahead, it's still in the sack, but we're going to go ahead and get this guy out. Easy, Mama. Okay, just take it easy. Hold on. Right back down. Here's the other foot. Okay, so now we have both feet out. So I'm just going to make sure that the nose is coming, which it is. So we're going to go ahead and just put a little bit of pressure. And sometimes it's best to just pull on one leg. See how it's yellow? That's not good. But if you put a little pressure on one leg, you're only going to pull one shoulder through at a time, and it makes it a little bit more narrow. And we're not pulling, we're just putting some good pressure on it. But the fact that this is all yellow and orange means that the baby has defecated, and it's because it's having some issues. So we're just helping Sabrina. She normally does not need any help, but this is a really big baby. I see the nose, it's coming. We just got to work that head through. This is the hard part, Mama. You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep it coming. Keep pushing. You're doing good. And you always want to go in a downward motion. Almost got the head, baby. You're halfway through the head. Just going to clean that nose a little bit so it can breathe. There we go. Good job. This is a really big kid. I know, Mom, you can do it. We're just slowly helping stretch her a little bit. You don't want her to tear. Good girl. You pushing? Yeah, keep pushing. It's almost there. This is a big baby. I don't think Sabrina's ever had problems giving birth. You almost have it, baby. Almost there. I know. Almost have it. Okay, I'm just going to help do a slight pull. There we go, just to get that head out. Yeah, see, he was having issues. Good job, little one. I'm going to give her just a short break for a minute. But yeah, whenever you guys see this yellow, then that means that the baby's in distress. If it turns brown, that means the baby could have died. Good job. You ready to push it the rest of the way? We want it to breathe. This is a really large kid. A really large kid. Probably a buck. Good job. Yep, it's a buck. See how yellow that is? That's just not good. So he was just having some problems. Good job, Mom. We got it. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, good job. Alright, so if you guys can see this, right in front of the buck, you can see the other sac is already coming out. So she's already got the other baby starting to come out. And that was probably part of the problem, but this was a really large buck. He's gorgeous, though. He looks like he'll be okay. Good job, Mom. Get that mouth cleaned off a little bit better. Yeah. Alright, well, we've been waiting a little while, and the sac that I felt, that I thought was another baby sac, I'm thinking is afterbirth. This is a pretty large kid, and so we're thinking that maybe it's a single. We're going to keep an eye on her. I did bump her belly, didn't feel anything, but I'm not really a professional at bumping, so I can't help you guys there. But it is a nice big buckling, and she's got this sac hanging out, which looks like it's probably the afterbirth. But good news is, Bonnie over here is having really heavy contractions, so I'm thinking she's about ready to go. Alright, you guys, well, it looks like Bonnie still has a while, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I hope that it was helpful for you guys, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.